Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with the December 2024 update for the YouTube channel and the Now Spinning Magazine website. Welcome to everyone. What is Now Spinning Magazine? Why is it here? What's it all about? I know many of you know that answer already, but I always think when I do these update videos that some of you won't really know much about me or what I stand for, what Now Spinning Magazine is all about. So, just a brief introduction. I love buying records. I call them records. LPs, vinyl. I love buying CDs. I love box sets. You can see this hobby, obsession, is all around me. It's all over the floor. It's everywhere. And like many people, I'm probably running out of room. But I don't have an allegiance to any particular format. So those of you who belong to vinyl communities or love collecting CDs, you'll like it here. I am multi-format man. Also, when I set this up, I used to love reading Sounds newspaper, Melody Maker as well. And then when I was growing up, every Wednesday I'd go and buy those. And what I liked about them was that they covered everything that was going on in the music world was in those music newspapers. I was raised on rock. Like many of us. But as I've gone through life, I've kind of opened up my eyes and ears and heart to all forms of music. And so I chose Now Spinning Magazine so it would give me the freedom to talk about absolutely anything. So I can talk about heavy metal and death metal and rock and classic rock and stuff, but equally I can review soul box sets, jazz, rock, blues, classical music, funk, anything, punk. Whatever the genre is, I can cover anything at all. And I've been very lucky that as this has grown as a project, that many of you out there, and we're now heading towards 17,000 subscribers on YouTube alone, that I can talk about whatever genre or artist I like and people watch. Some of you dip in and out, depending on what I'm talking about, but I know lots of you watch everything. And it is really freeing to be able to talk about any band from any genre, from any period in time. It's absolutely wonderful. The other thing was that although, I've said that I love buying music, I noticed as I went through life that thing I used to be able to do, which was meeting a few friends after work, down the pub, talking about music we'd heard on the radio or new discoveries, just, like those times when somebody used to buy an album, so I've just bought this album by such and such, you go, I've never heard of them. And you do a tape for somebody and then they have a chance to hear them. As you go through life, I kind of miss that. I'm still passionate about buying music, but then a lot of my friends had stopped buying physical music. And I kind of missed having people to talk to about it or hearing about new things. So that was another reason why I started this. And it started with a Facebook group, which has now got 1,600 people in it. And that was also great that like-minded people could talk about anything in a safe environment without anyone leaving sarky remarks in the comments and stuff. And that whole approach has also rolled out onto this YouTube channel and wherever else Now Spinning Magazine is on social media and on the website as well. It's a place for like-minded people to simply enjoy and share their passion of music. I can't guarantee that it won't sometimes mean that you spend more money on music than you thought you were going to. I do review lots of stuff, new releases, box sets. I also review things that I've had for decades. I'll tell you my personal stories behind that music, how I fell in love with it, what was going on around that music at the time. So my reviews kind of like cover many aspects. I'll also cover things that have been out of print for ages and give you a chance to see inside them. So if you are trying to track them down on Discogs or on eBay, you'll have a chance to see what it is you're actually going after. So that's really important to me. The reach that I have here and my background in marketing and in music means that I have a lot of close contacts within the music business. So I have a show called Music Biz Chat where I'll talk about how well CDs and vinyl are doing with an honest approach to that. Going back to my reviews, they are always honest and independent. If I feel that a record company has cut corners when they could have done something better and the execution is letting down the fans or even ripping you off, I will always point that out. I will always ensure that what I am covering is something I really feel passionate about. This is not a negative space in the music field at all. The other things I do are music and mental health. Mental health is very important to me, and as many of you know, my slogan is that music is the healer and the doctor, and I firmly believe that. So the music and mental health video series is very important, and I know that many of you have actually come across to finding me and subscribing because of that specific video series. There's the weekly playlist show when I just basically talk about all the things that are on my turntable or in my CD drive, and it covers all sort of genres. There'll be new things in there, and also there'll also be some things in there that have been in my collection for a long time. There's also lots of features. There are listing videos, there are ranking videos, there's lots of things like that, but that aimed not just at some of you who might be in my kind of demographic, but also for young music fans who just don't know where to start. And it's always based on my own personal feelings of what I feel about that band and that catalogue. And these things obviously can change over the years. In fact, I don't really know what I don't really like anymore. We've done so well thanks to all of your support. And I just want to say thank you at this point. I don't always do this at these update videos, but I feel like I should at this point in time. 2.6 million views on my channel, 233,000 hours of people watching the videos, and as I said, we're heading towards 17,000 subscribers on YouTube. Overall, the website gets 235,000 visits a month, and across all the social media accounts, there's about 80,000 followers collectively. There are some people out there who support what I do on a deeper level by becoming patrons and YouTube members, and I've worked really hard recently to come up with ideas and benefits to make it even more worthwhile for you to support me in that way. This is what I do. I've chosen to do this as a project, so it's not a side hustle or gig. This is what I do to support myself and my family. So the Facebook group is a private Facebook group with 1,600 like-minded members in. That is now accessible to patrons and YouTube members. You get access to a place where you can just share with like-minded people what we're playing and hear about other people's stories relating to their favourite music. I've also set up a private WhatsApp group for all patrons and YouTube members. This is another community that's specifically for Now Spinning Magazine supporters, and in here there is also extra groups. There's music chit chat, there's new release news where I get access to lots of press releases that are coming out. I post them there first. Deals, special offers on things that break quite quickly, I share that as well. There are also details for music resources, our recommended online retailers. So it's a place where people can chat in a very kind of laid back way about music they love. And because everyone's connected to the community Now Spinning Magazine, it's a very safe and friendly place to hang out. So you can talk about anything, from the Wombles to Frank Zappa, and you can talk about Christmas music in the middle of July, should you wish. There's also a suggestion box where people can suggest what you'd like me to cover, what videos you'd like me to do, who you'd like me to interview. And also we have weekend themes on the Facebook group, and all the ideas for that comes from the WhatsApp group. And what was the other thing I wanted to say? Oh, and again, the idea of building bridges and bringing people together. We have a twice monthly Zoom call at our virtual pub called the Now Spinning Arms, where people from around the world can just come in and hang out for an hour once a fortnight. You can be on camera, not on camera, just have a chat, drop in and out. But it's proved really popular, and again, it's an exclusive benefit for patrons and YouTube members. And plus, you also get to see all my videos and exclusive stuff before anyone else. But there are loads of videos coming up. And as we go towards 2025, I'm going to be doing my rundown of my top albums of 2024, and also my box set, top 25 box sets and reissues is also going to be happening. I've got still a lot of box set reviews to do. I've got albums all around me I want to cover. I've got some classic album stuff I want to show you and talk about my memories. And I know some of you want to know about my history in playing in rock bands as well. So I'm going to do a video series on that. But there's a lot of things coming up. The last one I want to mention in this part of what I cover are the podcasts. That's going to expand in 2025. But I just want to briefly show you this that's on the screen now. This is a list of all the people I've interviewed since doing this. And this still feels quite a recent development. For someone who fundamentally is quite shy and doesn't like to be in front of a camera, you have a look back at my early videos and all you can see are my hands. So the whole idea that I might be talking to people who I saw on stage when I was a teenager and have now interviewed them, I just would not have believed. And that is down to your comments, your feedback, your encouragement that has enabled me to do this. I'm not going to go through everything that's on that list. And I know some of you can't see it. It's on the Now Spinning Magazine website. But the thought that I'm going to be interviewing Steve Hackett from Genesis for the 4th time, I think says everything, really. There's some great guests coming up. And I'm also rolling out the Meet the Collector series as well. The 2nd episode is going to go out very, very soon following this video. So that's really exciting as well. And finally, I just want to say about where I'm heading in 2025 in another way, apart from the fact there's going to be a focus on celebrating what we have already. So although I do lots of reviews, I really want to focus on making sure that we enjoy, and don't forget, we can get overwhelmed by having CD box sets with 20 discs in and 25 discs in, and, you know, and multiple DVDs, and there's so much great music around us. There's never been a better time, you know, to listen to music. But I want to make sure we also celebrate stuff that you sometimes forget that you've got. You know, many of you, that it's very important to me to be a positive voice in the world of music. I'll always support musicians, and I want to make sure I support new bands and new artists just as well as the better known stuff as well. So I'm trying to think of better ways of doing that. And you know that I feel very strongly about not being bullied by a piece of computer code when it comes to the way that the YouTube algorithm seems to favor kind of conflict and stuff like that. However, as I've said before, I have tremendous respect for lots of other creators who can work in that field. And one of the things that I want to mention is how many of those creators out there who've been so supportive of what I do here. When I did that recent video talking about stuff like this, I've since been on a podcast, an interview with Andy Edwards, where we talked at length about it. And also I'm talking to Pete Pardoe for Sea of Tranquility. And I just want to mention that people like Larry Graves, the Canadian stud muffin, was one of the first guys to help my channel. We've been helping me to be a guest on his show, and how he's helped me behind the scenes. And Sea of Tranquility, Pete Pardoe, he's been on my channel where we've talked about various things in rock music. We've done also on Sea of Tranquility, songs that defined a guitarist, and we've got other ideas for the new year. Martin Popoff, the Contrarians, I'm going to do more stuff with Martin, but always it's a joy to talk to Martin. He's so knowledgeable about music. Scott Lade from the Prog Corner. Scott is actually the guest on my 2nd episode of my Meet the Collector series. That is going to be a real hoot when you watch that. Classic album review with Barry Robinson. Again, what he does there and his knowledge of music is incredible. Paul from Super Deluxe Edition. I think Paul from Super Deluxe Edition, I was just a pure fan when that appeared. And because I think the timing of that was just perfect, wasn't it? That was when the phrase Super Deluxe Edition just came out. I think I remember the first box sets that had that kind of thing. It was kind of Aqualung by Jethro Tull and Tommy by The Who, wasn't it? But, you know, a great person to check out. And Brendan Snyder as well. We've done shows talking about Deep Purple and various stuff. There are so many people out there, and although we might have different styles, there's one thing that joins us all together, and that is our love of music. All of us love music. I think collectively It's all about collaboration and sharing ideas. So those are all fantastic places to check out. So finally, thank you again for all of your support. Thank you for being here. And I've got loads of things lined up for December going through into January. So make sure you do subscribe. And if you can't become a patron or YouTube member, like, share, comment, reach out, email me. It's very easy to find me, and just let me know what you'd like to see, what you're thinking about, what you've recently bought. I'd love to hear your stories. Let me know in the comments. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. So keep spinning those discs. And have I forgotten anything before I round? Do you know I have, haven't I? I do this every single time, as most of you are now disappearing before I say this. The merch. I just wanted to say thank you to... who would have thought that I'd get so many photographs of people being sent to me wearing T-shirts and drinking out of Now Spinning magazine mugs and stuff. Amazing. But I guess that's because underneath it all, this is a community for people who just love music. Take care, all of you. And I'll see you on my next video.